Have you ever thought that a tiny pit you toss away after a breakfast with toast could grow into a real tree, becoming the centerpiece of your home and a source of pride, admiration, and wonder for your neighbors? They say avocado is a finicky plant, impossible to grow indoors, but stories from seasoned gardeners and observations from experienced experts tell a different story. True magic begins when you let nature take its course, when you do almost nothing, but do it with precision and care, like a surgeon who knows exactly where to make the incision. Many people enthusiastically tried growing an avocado in water, creating elaborate toothpick structures, checking water levels every morning, and feeling ecstatic when a tiny root appeared. But within a week, almost everyone encountered the same problem. The plant would die when transplanted into soil because the water had weakened its roots, leaving them unable to adapt to real earth. This was a lesson repeated dozens of times. Control kills growth, and minimal intervention is the best way to raise a strong tree. The secret lies in the pit itself. It contains enough energy to give a powerful start, if you don't interfere with its natural process. Choosing the right seed is crucial. It should be firm, freshly harvested, free of soft spots and dark areas. A pit that has been sitting for over a week loses half of its vitality. A gentle touch with warm water, removing the thin brown skin to prevent mold, and carefully placing the pit in a pot with drainage. This is the first battle for the life of the future tree. Drainage is essential. Without it, water stagnates, the pit rots, and all your hopes turn to black mush. The soil should be a universal mix with added perlite, so that water is retained just enough to prevent drying, but does not accumulate excessively. And here is where the real magic begins. The pit is planted in the soil. The top third remains above the surface, with the flat side facing downward. This is where roots will emerge, searching confidently for their place under the sun, invisible to the eye, but already laying the foundation of the tree's future strength. The first weeks reveal almost nothing above ground, but beneath the soil, chaos and order unfold simultaneously. Roots push through, feed, develop, and form a network that will sustain the tree for months. Those who can't resist checking, flipping the pit, or overwatering slow this process, or sometimes kill the seed entirely. Patience, the ability to step back, transforms a tiny pit into a robust sprout that will eventually become a full-fledged tree. After 6 to 8 weeks, the first stem appears, pale, thin, yet surprisingly resilient, reaching toward the light as if seeking life. At this stage, light is critical. Insufficient light causes stretching, weak stems, and sparse leaves, while proper placement on a sunny windowsill or under an LED lamp for 12 to 14 hours a day turns the sprout into a strong, healthy young tree. Light is not just a convenience, it is a survival key. Experienced gardeners confirm that light accelerates the unfolding of the first true leaves and strengthens the stem, transforming it from a pale shoot into a confident sprout ready for crown formation. Then comes the next crucial stage, which determines the beauty of the future tree, shaping the crown. Without intervention, the tree grows tall and thin, a solitary weak stem, stretched and unstable. But if you pinch the top when the stem reaches about 30 centimeters, the tree's energy is redirected. Instead of growing upward, it flows into the side branches. Within weeks, the tree thickens. Branches form a dense, harmonious crown. Leaves become bright green, and the tree transforms from a dull shoot into a powerful, beautiful element of interior decor. This method has been tested over generations of gardeners and has proven effective where complex water-based techniques often fail. Every pinched cutting is not a loss, but a new opportunity. Place it in water, and within a few weeks, roots appear, ready for planting. From a single seed, you can grow multiple trees, each a small miracle, a unique result of your actions, observations, and patience. Avocado is not just a plant. It tests your ability to trust the process and demonstrates the importance of balancing attention with freedom. Every detail matters. Seed freshness, proper soil, drainage, moderate watering, light, warmth, and crown pinching. Neglect any step, and growth slows. But if you follow the rules, the tree grows on its own. And every new leaf and branch is a small victory created by your hands, watching and not interfering. Stories from gardeners and experts confirm it. The lazy yet attentive approach yields the best results. In the end, you gain not just a houseplant, but a living symbol of your patience, observation, and trust in nature. A tree that delights you and everyone who sees it. A tree that transforms a tiny pit into the true heart of your home. Take the pit of a fresh avocado immediately after you've eaten it and look at it closely, because within this small, hard capsule lies the whole world of a future tree. The pit has a flat side, which is the bottom from where the roots will later emerge, and a pointed side on top, from where the stem will grow. On the flat side, you'll see a small round mark. That's where it was attached to the fruit. If the seed is large, firm, and free of soft spots, it will give a stronger start to the sprout. If you notice any damage or dark areas, it's better to choose another one to avoid wasting time on a weak plant. Rinse the pit with warm water, remove the thin, peeling skin, and carefully inspect the surface. It should be evenly firm and light brown. Now prepare a pot with drainage holes, because proper drainage protects the pit from rotting and ensures oxygen reaches the roots. Place a small layer of drainage material, such as expanded clay or perlite, at the bottom, and then fill the pot with loose soil mixed with perlite at roughly a 4:1 ratio. This allows the water to stay just enough to keep the seed from drying out or rotting. Position the pit in the soil so that about 2/3 of the flat side is buried, while the top, pointed third, remains above the surface. Water it once until water starts to drain from the holes, and then leave the pit alone for a week to allow the roots to begin emerging naturally. Place the pot on a sunny windowsill, where the plant will receive at least 6 to 8 hours of diffused light daily. If light is insufficient, use an LED lamp for 12 to 14 hours a day. Maintain a stable, warm temperature around 20 to 25 degrees Celsius, 68 to 77 degrees Fahrenheit, as avocado is a tropical plant and warmth stimulates root development and stem growth. During the first 2 to 3 weeks, the pit may appear unchanged, but complex processes are already underway underground. Roots push downward, absorb moisture, and form a network that will support the tree's growth for months to come. Avoid checking or touching the pit, as unnecessary interference slows these processes. Check the soil only once a week. If the top layer is dry, water moderately. If it's still moist, leave it alone. After 6 to 8 weeks, the first stem will appear, a thin, pale green thread reaching toward the light as if seeking life. At this stage, light becomes critical. If the stem stretches and leaf gaps increase, move the pot closer to the window or turn on LED lighting. Proper light strengthens the stem and encourages the first true leaves to unfold, transforming the fragile sprout into a confident young tree. When several true leaves have appeared, it's time to think about shaping the future crown. Once the stem reaches approximately 30 centimeters, 12 inches, gently pinch the top just above a leaf node. The energy that was going into upward growth is redirected into lateral shoots, and within a couple of weeks, the tree begins to thicken, forming a dense, lively crown that will eventually become a decorative and robust plant. The pinched tops can be placed in water, and within a few weeks they will root, giving you new plants and the chance to grow multiple trees from a single pit. Going forward, watering should remain moderate. Check the soil weekly to a depth of 2 to 3 centimeters, about 1 inch, and water only when needed. Excess water causes root rot and widespread yellowing of leaves, while insufficient light or nutrients slows growth and produces sparse, stretched leaves. Fertilization can begin once the tree has developed 4 to 5 true leaves, using a balanced fertilizer diluted to half the recommended strength to stimulate growth without burning the roots. Repeat feeding every 4 to 6 weeks. If roots begin to emerge from the drainage holes, the soil dries faster than usual, or growth noticeably slows, it's time to transplant the tree into a pot 2 to 4 inches larger. Use fresh soil with proper drainage, but do not transplant more often than necessary to avoid stressing the plant. Continue to monitor light and temperature, maintain moderate watering, and provide warmth to stimulate the roots. With each new shoot and leaf, the tree grows stronger. Attention is not about constant control, but about maintaining proper conditions. Correct soil, drainage, light, temperature, moderate watering, and crown pinching. Yellowing of individual leaves is natural as older leaves die off, but if many leaves turn yellow, check watering and fertilization, adjust care, and restore balance. Over time, the plant grows healthy and decorative with a dense crown and strong roots. Each branch and leaf becomes a visible result of your work and observation. The pinched tops can be rooted to create new plants, forming a small collection of trees from one pit. By focusing on proper planting, moderate watering, light exposure, crown formation, and timely fertilization, a tiny pit transforms into a true indoor tree, bringing joy every day.